Hey guys, how's it going? Stonehenge 2 here with the Alliance Celestial Avengers. Today we have war number 3 of season 62, I believe. And C.Av is facing up versus NewN, New Nation. So, today my team is going to be Human Torch, Lumatrix, and Moleman. And don't have as many fights this war. It's 7. I know I had like 9 first war and 10 second war. But just going to be hopefully playing it slow, playing it safe, and not getting absolutely pummeled. So first up against this Rintra on node, whatever node it is. What path am I on? I am on path 6 in section 1, so it's going to be node 6. The entire node basically gets neutralized by Human Torch, and then Human Torch is good for Rintra. It's going to be a little bit longer. I don't know why I went for that intercept. That was a little bit risky. So far I have full health. Rintra is just going down. There's not really much to worry about here. If you die with rank 4 Human Torch to Rintra on a node like this, then you can probably pack your bags and call it a day. But yeah, so he's just about down. I've lost approximately 0.5% of health. Nothing really to worry about. I could have thrown a special 3 there, but I wasn't too fussed about it. I did Dex to avoid block damage, I guess. I don't know. So next up, I'm going to be taking this Void on the next node, and I've taken this fight with Lumatrix. I've taken this fight with Mole. I've sent Blade to this fight. There's lots of different champions that work for this fight, but I personally love Lumatrix for it. And right at this point, debuffs will have approximately 5% duration, so Void was a little bit of a prick there. Just need to make sure that I don't charge a heavy while I have the little anti-evade looking symbol up. And I got that now, so I am just going to block the second hit of that special one. Because if you don't and you try and dex it, it can hit you to the face, which isn't super fun. There, I do dex the special one. He gets there. I think I just go into a special 2, I went to a special 2 there because I had the anti-evade thing on and didn't want to get clapped by a special. Here, once again, just went a little bit passive, but not really much to worry. Had a good chunk of health left and no real threat of dying there. Next up, I'm moving to path 2 in section 2, and there's this Sassy on the dashback regen node, whatever that node is called, and I'm going to be using Human Torch for this as well. When Sasquatch would have his regeneration rate reversed, he instead just removes all of his own regenerations, which is fine. I won't be able to reverse any healing, but I can definitely just chunk down a Sassy with a Nova Flames Human Torch. And there, I tried to parry the special one to not trigger regen. Don't know why, but yeah, it stuns because the special one stuns when you block it. So preferably don't block that. And then I go for a heavy there. Not really 100% sure for the reasoning on that. I am throwing special ones so he doesn't get his vitalities built up. I get punished on the special one punish because I think I blocked it. And then I just get comboed a lot, which is fun. Good times. But the nice thing about Human Torch is when you get hit, the defender is also killing themselves. So I probably could have just eaten hits for the rest of that fight, and Sassy still would have just died. So, next up, I'm going to be taking this Spider-Woman on node 29 with Moleman. And I've done this fight several times. Normally, you would want the gentle synergy. I personally haven't actually done it with the gentle synergy before, though, so I wasn't too fussed about it. She does throw a special one into block there. Not too fussed about that. She gets the evade because I went unstoppable, which that's just her kit. I can get the heavy punish on the special 2 there, and I will not be able to get a special thrown during that because, and then naturally the evade again. But she goes unstoppable because I couldn't keep up tactic because she kept evading me. I get clipped there. She throws a special too. I have to block it because if I don't, then I'm going to get cooked. Now she's unblockable again. I'm about to fall out of my thing. She's going to throw a special one into block. I have 20 power stings on me. I don't really want to get punched in the face because that hurts. I tried a full combo. Luckily, she didn't punish me. I am just going to block the first hit of that because if that clips me, I just die. I know that from experience. Once again, there. I had just about got it, and then she tried to be sneaky, but got it down. It was going really well until it wasn't, but still not really a lot of threat of dying on that node. Moleman is just really good for it. Next up, I'm moving to the first mini island, and excuse me, I'm going to be taking this Zola on node 38. Deathless Thanos is probably just as good, if not better, but I don't know. I like Lumatrix, so I'm going to be using Lumatrix. Yeah, so I just need to make sure that I don't die, and we'll be good. I do get clipped by the special one a bit, so I like to activate or take my invisibility off cooldown before throwing the special, before baiting the special. That way, if I do get clipped, I have an opening afterwards. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't really have anything to worry about when it comes to... Okay, so here I did decide to go a little bit more risky, I guess. But my specials won't do much damage, or any damage for that matter. It's just going to be the Furies that are going to activate all my damage afterwards, which is fine. The specials don't really need to do damage. I just need to be able to get him down. And I believe I go for a heavy here. I do, and then maybe, yeah, just tap him on the block and he dies. So there wasn't really much of a worry in that fight. It was just a beat him till he dies type fight. Did lose some health to suicides and what's it called? Disintegration, but like I said, not really anything to worry about there. And here I'm going to be taking this high evolutionary on the next node, on node 42 that is, on the next island. And I like to take Dex off for this fight with Luma, because as long as you take Dex off, there's not really anything to worry about. I did take off suicides as well. You will see I'm very behind on this video, so it is actually war. We're in the middle of war number 5 right now. But you will see that I do this fight several times in this season. And the only thing that I will say is I did decide to start putting suicides on, just because speed is your best friend when it comes to fights like this, where the longer it goes, the more damage you can take, the more opportunity there is to make a mistake. But with that being said, it is pretty hard to mess up this fight if you play it with Dex off and don't do something silly. Not that it can't happen. Definitely can have things happen and the fight can go sideways, but for the most part, it should be fine. Here, I am going to just go straight into the special 2. I think I go for a stand-up, which he didn't let me complete. And sadly, I miscounted a combo thing there, and he got the combo detonation like 1 second before he died. So I will have to heal again. Now I did have to wait for Moondragon pre-fights because my next fight is going to be the Gene boss. And so I did make sure to put Dex back on before going into my next fight, and then waited on my pre-fights. So I was a little bit late to hitting record. She was being super passive at the start, which was a little bit annoying, but overall not really much to worry about. I'm going to get a couple of heavies off, that way I can get the debuff duration to like 0, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw another heavy, it looks like. I do have permanent reverse controls immunity because Moondragon pre-fights are bugged, which is cool. I am going to be missing a hit while blocked every now and then, which is going to be nice for keeping up my endurances, which endurances don't change this fight a ton, but they do reduce that debuff duration enough that it makes it so you don't have to worry about the inequity and then just the debuffs themselves reducing your crit damage. But she got her shield back, activated a couple more endurances, and here we are in the Lumatrix damage cycle. I do a full combo there, so she throws a special 2, which I prefer the special 2 because you can actually survive a special 2. If you get hit by a special 1, you just die. So generally when I fight Jean, I try to push her to a special 2. There she did decide to throw a special 1, but that's also fine, I guess. She is being a little bit passive here. This fight is a lot longer than most Lumatrix versus Jean bosses, but that's not too much of a worry. Getting my second special 2 off here, which means the fight is just about over. I thought I might go for a stand-up, but no. And that'll finish it. So that'll put my record up to 26-1 for the season. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.